TJ staunchly defends his opinion.
I would say a light belief. Reason being is because I feel like Eternium Rover and weapons projects are crucial to stalling out the game plan of an aggressive mech hunter. So PNC went back to his primary deck, which is a little more aggressive. It doesn't have the 9 lives, it doesn't have the Cairn, it doesn't have the mechanical whelp. Instead, it has Mecharoo, Direwolf Alpha, Acidic, Swampu. So just more consistent early game pressure. Now, it's only 5 cards, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. But those tools are very good, and one of the reasons why we saw Bloodyface fall behind in game 1 was because he didn't have he didn't draw the tools that he needed to get there. But I do think it's more consistent overall. The one thing why I'm saying it's a light belief is because Bloodyface's tertiary deck, which is out of Seon, has double brawl, which I think is a very big deal in terms of stalling out the board pressure and eliminating the mechs. The big game hunters might be a little bit dead, but I think it's very close, Dan, and that's why I say light belief.
Well, you know, one thing that you also brought up is like the usefulness of weapons project, but I gotta say that Town Crier is probably the most important card, and Bloodyface has had it on turn 1 every single game.
Yeah.
And he's had Militia Commander and Ziliax. This makes it very difficult for Mech Hunter to just get started, you know, and we talked about weapons project and how it's like early to stop the momentum, but these 1-2s with rushers are just as good. And yes, big game hunter is probably not going to ever even come down as its battle cry. At least when it does, it's not going to be very useful until they get to the mechanical whelp stage. But I think the game could often be decided even before that, just based off the fact that Bloodyface has other cards like that second brawl you mentioned or the Super Glider.
Well, there are no mechanical whelps.
Oh, right. I'm saying, like, he doesn't know that right now.
He doesn't know that right now.
All he sees is Acidic Swampus, which is in every single one of PNC's decks.
I think, though, he might assume that PNC has gone back to the primary. Number one reason being is because Acidic Swampus, while there is still one in his secondary deck, there's only one. There's only one copy. And so it's likely that if he has it on turn 2 that he has the secondary.
Huh.
He's protecting the value trade over the mech, I think.
Oh, with the 3-2 trade into the 1-2? Yeah. No, it totally makes sense there. I'm trying to think about PNC's follow-up plays. The Galvanizer does make the most sense in that turn. You're discounting your mechs very nicely. Ursa trying to come down. I'm trying to think about if he wants to utilize the tracking next turn or his Venomizer instead. Back over in Bloodyface land, having all those early 3-mana cards still doesn't give him an augmented Elic on 3, which is kind of something that I felt like was going to be a difference maker. But instead, he has Wrench Caliber, Militia Commander, and Ziliax. So his mid-game, he should be perfectly fine.
Bloodyface land sounds like the most terrible and frightening amusement park you could possibly imagine.
I mean, he's very proud of his username. I mean, okay, so...
Oh, yeah. His story seems like he's very proud.
He said that he wished he knew he was going to be using that username a lot. But at the same time, American Horror Story is a great show.
Yeah. So he came up with the name after being drunk at 2 a.m. with his friends.
Yep. Like many great stories begin.
I mean, that's how I came up with my name, DJ.
I think the best saying that I've heard along those lines is no great story began with a salad.
Who said that?
He said while he eats a salad with green bricks. I have a kale salad with chicken breast right next to it.
Delicious. I have an empty stool.
Gross. PNC, that Ursatron Mecharoo combination seems perfectly fine to me. You need a strong base with the mechs to diversify your options. Is he just pressing with damage with this? Oh, I guess it's out of range of the Militia Commander. I was forgetting the +2 health on each.
Yeah.
Because I was like thinking if you magnetize, you lose the ability. Like if your opponent just has the rush, they kill it. But this is nice. This is a great spot from PNC. I think my autopilot of setting a good foundation of mechs may have taken over, and this ends up being a really important. This is a really important moment because PNC pushing every bit of damage he can with this magnetized mech, with the Megazord, if you will.
Yep. Now, Bloodyface does pick up his 1 copy of Super Collider. So I imagine just trading in this Militia Commander is going to be a big deal, because then pretty much whatever PNC plays on the other side of this, he's going to be able to trade and get the double value from it.
Yeah.
With the exception of Mekaru. So we'll see if PNC here.
Fireworks tech. Or a Ursatron or a Venomizer. Venomizer actually has some legitimacy too, because it's also magnetic. But you're stacking too much onto 1 minion. Like you said, Big Game Hunter becomes relevant. Fireworks tech still makes it a 6-attack minion plus a 1/1. Ursatron just helps keep your hand keeps going, because you get a mech and you keep cycling through and you're able to establish pressure.
Ursatron it is. All right, Super Collider positioning.
Yeah,
nicely done.
Still weak to Warpath, which is kind of what Bloodyface was setting up for here.
Yeah, he still gets to keep the Ursatron around.
I think Bloodyface is okay with that. I don't think he wants to give PNC the draw, but he does give him a Warpath. Sorry, a War Gear. So I feel like Bloodyface is going to go for this Warpath situation. Hope that his opponent doesn't have that War Gear, which he doesn't.
Well, if he does, he has BGH. So even though he'll take 8 damage, he still has a way to follow that up and gain the tempo back.
That's a good point. So maybe do you not magnetize? No, you have to put it 18. You put it another 14, and you draw a card. I still think it's fine.
Yeah.
The BGH though.
Yep. And now this is going to be.
I've got the beast in my.
The jig is up for Bloodyface now. He knows that he's playing the tertiary deck, but it's too late.
Boommaster Flark. Boommaster Flark.
That's actually
Boommaster
really...
Flak. Flakmaster Boom. Explodinator with Boommaster Flark is 6 bombs. That's 12 damage. And Bloodyface does have Dr. Boom Mad Genius. Does have Ziliax. So that is the tension that's building ever so slightly here. If I'm PNC, I'm most likely playing this Explodinator and setting up for a Boommaster Flark. The only thing is that he needs a backup plan. And he already... Oh, actually, hold on. Did he attach a Venomizer, right? He magnetized Venomizer?
Yes, he has
and he trackinged over another one.
Yes, he has no Venomizers left.
Oh, that's a very difficult thing, because one of the ways you can actually surprise your opponent is to go for a missile launcher Venomizer, which kills everything on the board, including your own bombs.
Yes.
And without that ability, PNC is going to have to hope that Bloodyface is going to have to resort to a bomb or a brawl in order to deal with this. 7 life gain is also massive here. PNC not happy to see that.
Well, missile launcher will kill the bombs over 2 turns. That's one thing to note.
Yeah, and he has tracking, so that actually helps him get the second missile launcher, which is a very real possibility.
Yeah. Time to flark it up, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's the battle of the scientists on 7. The Mad Genius versus the Boom Master. My OCD is going crazy, TJ.
If only you could put the flark right in the middle. I think you can. Wouldn't it be symmetrical if you did that?
Yes, it would be symmetrical. Dynamatic, though. Wow, so lucky. Perfect Dynamatic. Of course, being facetious, it always guarantees that to die, because it's the only non-mech minion.
Oh, I think for PNC, this kind of has to be a push. If he magnetizes this missile launcher and trades into the Acolyte of Pain, I'll be one sad puppy.
We wouldn't want that.
What to do?
Yeah, missile launcher seems like it should come down this turn. And then you have 12 damage on the board. You can deal 6 right now with 1 with the missile launcher effect. Look, I'm not a mathematician, but that has it to 19.
Now, the Dynamatic being on board activates Ziliax.
Yeah.
You did see double Town Cry early on in the game. He's only played 1 rush minion.
Yeah, and if it's not Ziliax, it could be, you know, shield blocks, another thing like shield block, shield slam. It's like there's a lot of possibilities for things to go wrong here for PNC. Direwolf Alpha. Wow, that works out really well.
Whoa.
And of course, Bloodyface with the Direwolf Alpha knows what kind of deck list this is as well. Doesn't have to worry about 9 lives and Cairn. Big damage coming up from the Bomb Hunter. Bloodyface has Ziliax anyways, though, with the Omega Devastator and Ziliax. Still just as big. Bloodyface also can do something pretty cute of attacking the bomb first to draw a card. He does weaken the bomb, making Missile Launcher a little bit better for damage, though. I think I like the Omega Devastator as a 7/7.
Yeah, he's seen both. Well, he's seen one Venomizer, one Spider Bomb. We've seen that he tracked over second Venomizer, which means he doesn't have access to that, but Bloodyface obviously has it. So he's thinking there's a few ways to punish it, but either way, he's gaining that life.
Yeah, the only thing he has to worry about is that Spider Bomb, like you're mentioning. I like that Bloodyface actually attacked the Direwolf Alpha. That might look unintuitive because he's getting more damage onto it, but he's not gonna lose this game because he doesn't have enough cards in his hand. He's gonna lose this game because he doesn't have enough health in the bank.
Yeah.
And now PNC needs that Spider Bomb big time. Ziliax works as well. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
6 attack.
No. And
Missile Launcher is just an even trade. Oof.
Yeah. It's an even trade, but it does reduce the life gain by 7. Like he could, or I guess 5, if that's the case. Because he can trade in the Ursatron and evaluate. And then like Missile Launcher or Bomb. To try and activate the bombs.
Yeah, but chances are that he picks up another thing that makes him attack anyways. Like he might pick up a Spider Bomb, he might pick up War Gear, he might pick up a Replicating Menace. He might even just pick up like a Mecharoo and that doesn't do anything. So I think in PNC's mind, he has to go for this Missile Launcher trade. There's just too many bad outcomes of the Ursatron to make it worthwhile as a preemptive trade. Had the Omega Devastator no lifesteal, different scenario altogether. Act of Desperation here. I think I'd actually even prefer the hero power from PNC.
I would
because you see the Microbots hero power from the Dr. Boom.
Yeah, also the Ooze could be crucial for buying yourself time by getting rid of Super Collider or even Wrench Caliber. Because that could let Bloodyface pile on aggression, which could short PNC's block.
Agreed.
Because you can whittle down with the hero power, because it's not guaranteed that Bloodyface is going to have armor. He may just never get Blast Shield again and may not draw into his shield blocks.
Okay, hold on. Well, there's something really weird in the water.
Well, he had 2, and he's tracking twice, so he only had 10 cards left in the deck.
Yeah, that's still a 20% chance. It's just happening a little bit too much, TJ.
Yeah, I know.
That's all I'm saying. It's just happening a little too often.
I'm suspicious, Dan.
All right, this War Gear pickup is still pretty good from PNC. He can push 10 damage this turn with 4 on the board. And still have. Oh, did he use a Leroy? I think he used a Leroy last game.
He used the Leroy last game, so he still has that. He still has access to that.
All right. I like the damage plan. I don't think you have the luxury anymore of waiting.
Yeah, he's got a Missile Launcher. He's got another War Gear.
This is the second War Gear, I think. The first one was BGH'd.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So he's got Missile Launcher, Replicating Menace, Leroy, another
Mecharoo,
another Explodinator, a Mecharoo.
Now.
Another Direwolf Alpha.
and then a bomb. Because you have 8 cards highlighted right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 cards.
Oh, the Mecharoo.
6.
The Unleashed Hound.
Unleashed Hound, 7.
I get what PNC is doing here. He's trying to utilize the magnetic ability while it can guarantee damage. But this is where missing that 2 damage here and there might really start hurting. Oh, man. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, he also played around BGH with this play.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the second BGH.
At the same
second
time.
BGH. You're not beating the second big game hunter, right?
Yeah.
Because it also could be the second Omega Devastator, which happens to be the case.
Yeah, I think you just go all in there and try and push as much damage as possible, right. All in on one minion, hope he doesn't have it, and take the risk.
I mean, in contrast, he wouldn't have gotten the Ziliax damage. He would have Ziliax in hand and 2 more damage onto his opponent.
Yeah. But Bloodyface here pushing in for the kill. Now 3 bombs in the deck and has another wrench caliper loaded up.
Blast shield pickup from Bloodyface. That could probably do it here. PNC doesn't have a clear way out, and it seems like Mech Hunter is going to suffer the same fate as its beast brethren, falling 0-2. Orange and Board Control struggling a little bit in Europe to try and get wins with their Beast Hunter, even against the Warriors. Bloodyface looking like he's in prime position to cruise to another victory. Yes, it might have gone down to double digits, but it wasn't really that close.
Wrench Caliber and another Elec.
Just, wow, yeah. So 3 more bombs, so 6 total.
Yep.
And then he can double trade. Actually, by doing this, he clears off his own board. But I think he's okay with that. He's firmly ahead. And gets 20 life. And PNC has 1 card. When I say 1 card left, you only can play 1 card.
Only can play 1 card.
And then draw a bomb! PNC's like, huh, okay, Replicating Menace was probably the best pickup, but Bloodyface got picked up Microbots. That's like the right counter to it.
Yep. Hero power and hope he picks up something to magnetize onto? I don't know.
I mean, that's kind of the thing, too. Like, if he was hoping that he could magnetize onto it, he could have hoped for the Replicating Menace and then start magnetizing everything. But then he wouldn't clear the board. He would have more damage on Bloodyface, though.
Yes.
And I think damage ultimately matters the most in the late stages of the game here. PNC does not have any good outs here from what I can see. He's going to hold on to the Replicating Menace. I mean, wait for the Microbots to pass. Like, it just feels like it doesn't do anything if you play it.
All right. 7 bombs.
Yeah.
More than half his deck.
Right. Oozes played. Makes total sense here. Microsquad can just come out preemptively anyways, which is the same problem that he had last game. Bomb. Bomb.
5 left.
Bomb.
4 left.
Hey!
Oh! We got 1! 4 in a row.
Bloodyface, congratulations! You are the 1 millionth visitor to this website. Click now to collect your prize.
Tater tots for life.
Sounds awesome. All right, well, that was quite the finish. Very funny. Like, obviously, Bloodyface did not need those 4 bombs whatsoever, but
the one time where it just doesn't matter is when we get the 4
when you get the statistical unlikely scenario.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. He's just completely dead with no cards in hand.
Yeah.
Sure, it's hype. It's always
like
hype when you see 4 bombs in a row, but, you know, I wish we would have got some of those yesterday.
Hey, look.
I'm still excited, though. That's reinvigorated me, Dan.
Oh, yeah. That's a little preview of what's to come for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Bloodyface, I think, having that 3rd deck, look, it's honestly just really good against the Hunter. And more importantly, I think PNC did expect a lot more rogues. Yes, the Mech Hunter looked like it was floundering, but if you look at the Bomb Warrior versus the Mech Hunter statistics, it's pretty one-sided. But that's largely because the Mech Hunters are very greedy. And so I don't think that PNC has the proper deck list to fight against a deck list that Bloodyface had.
Like I said, the flexibility of Mech Hunter, kind of its downside in a format like this, where you can't build your deck to be consistent against everything. and made the wrong read, was expecting a bunch of rogue, just didn't have the consistency against warrior. And, honestly, a couple of misplays thrown in here and there just didn't help his case.
Agreed.
For week 1. So back to the drawing board for PNC. 0-2 start in week 1, but Bloodyface picking up a win and going even, 1-1.
We have Brian on the line. Can you hear us, Bloodyface?
Hey, yeah.
All right, man. So nice couple games. Town Crier in 1 is pretty sick, turns out.
Oh, yeah.
Against a deck that needs to snowball against you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so talk to us a little bit about the preparation going to this week. I know you're a guy that's, one, a big fan of Conquest, which seems to be a very rare breed of players. But two, you're kind of talking about how deep you really think about these kind of level competitions, how you love the high stakes, the high level of players and whatnot. So what was the preparation like going to week number 1 for you?
So I actually had never played Specialist until Battle Rift. When Battle Rift Pro League came out, that's when I started playing, and it's basically from ground zero. I just started with Rogue, started with Warrior, played Nomi Priest just to try and get a feel for the metagame. I had a lot of catching up to do in that week, and I kind of settled on Bomb Warrior, but actually the night of submission, I was playing Bomb Warrior versus Rogue for like 5 hours straight, and I kind of came to the conclusion that it's 50-50, and it depends a lot on if you run Archivist, Elysiana, and like Omega Assemblies, and a lot of these other bad cards against Rogue that a lot of Warriors run. And I didn't want to audible to Rogue since I didn't have a good secondary or tertiary deck, and so I just settled on Warrior. But I changed my list to like be super good against Rogue. Like I'm not playing any Archivist, I'm playing max card draw, I'm playing double Town Crier, even though I only have 3 rush minions. Because I think that's the only way you actually favored against Rogue, and it's kind of funny because a lot of these other Bomb Warrior players brought Archivist Elysiana. I actually don't think they're favored against Rogue. So, yeah. That was my preparation. Yeah.
I like that observation, like the Town Crier is partially why he drew them so consistently. He put 2 of them in the deck when almost everyone else.
And also,
you have to play 2.
The double Town Crier is also Admirable's new favorite topic of conversation. So just don't bring it up to him because he'll tell you that you're wrong, no matter which stance you take.
Well, one of us is in Grandmasters, and one of us is a stupid noob. Admirable's a stupid noob, not you. Talk about the, going into a little bit of Game 2 and Game 3. What was the logic behind picking, the tertiary deck? I think Firebet was playing against PNC yesterday and was commenting about the same kind of dynamic, the super colliders and the big game hunters, and how there's a little bit of mind game there. Did you feel the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually thought it was very weird that Firebat didn't go into his tertiary deck, because when I was testing the matchup a lot, Big Game Hunter was just a huge upgrade to pretty much whatever I was cutting. It makes their game plan of just build a giant minion a liability. I also kind of messed up in Game 2. I played the Omega Devastator that I didn't get off Delivery Drone, which revealed to him that I was actually playing my tertiary deck, because up until that point I hadn't played any cards. And so I think I could have won that game by not playing the 3rd Omega Assembly, and I should have just not revealed that info, because what he did in Game 3 was I noticed as soon as he played the Direwolf Alpha, he switched back to his primary deck, which means he has Unleashed the Hounds and Direwolf Alpha. And actually kind of messed up at the end. I traded an Elic for an extra bomb in his deck, which was kind of bad, because then in retrospect I was like, it's going to be hard for me to develop any meaningful minions and put them on a clock without playing into Unleash the Hound. So that was kind of a messed up.
It worked out.
You saw a 3-turn lethal down the line with the quad bomb.
The quad bomb.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he played both trackings, if I remember correctly.
He did.
So I was yeah. So I was pretty happy about going all in on bombs.
Well, Bloodyface.
There's some mind games. It's kind of
unfortunately, I'm just going to interrupt you every time.
Cutting him off.
I'm just going to interrupt you every time you talk. No, go ahead.
Yeah, shut up, TJ.
I mean, I'm a
talker,
so I'll just keep talking until you interrupt me.
No, you can go ahead. Sorry.
I'll go ahead. Oh, I think.
No, me go ahead, or you go ahead.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
No, you could go ahead.
Okay, so.
Wait, no.
I actually forgot.
What should I ask? Now. Should I ask now? No, it's okay. Yeah. You can go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, there's some mind games.
Was Dan? I think Dan had a question. Did Dan have a question? Dan, you had a question, right?
What's the right play here? Do I just stay silent or?
I'm frozen, just like this conversation. because we can't proceed.
That's our next match as well.
Bloodyface, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you for this
next
interview.
week.
See you, buddy.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Great guy.
Good talk.
Yeah, great guy.
Good talk.
Love Bloodyface.
You're a class act, TJ. This guy finally gets a win, and Bloodyface is one of the players that loves talking about his thought process as well. Very communicative, and also very interesting to follow him on social media because he usually posts his thoughts very candidly about the state of the game and also his own preparation methods and his strategy.
Absolutely.
So make sure to check him out at Bloodyface HS. That's it for our first match. Coming up next, we have even more Hearthstone Grandmasters action. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a second.